Hello, I am Baron Dipidus, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's a new year, a new time, and I thought a new intro video was in order. So now that you're here, let me start by saying that I don't normally do much on this platform, I'm afraid. But if you're here, that might mean you've come across my work on other parts of the internet. And with it being a new year, I thought it would be good to at least make a new intro video here to explain what I'm all about, as well as to answer some questions I got from friends and fans across the social media sites I frequent. I don't see myself as some internet celebrity or anything by any stretch of the imagination, but if my number of Twitter followers and my interactions on Discord are anything to go by, there is a small crowd of people out there who seem at least slightly interested in what I do online. For the record, I believe I have, let's see, how many... I mean, I never really cared that much about how many followers I have on Twitter, but I think the fact that, 372, that's... Honestly, I'm impressed that I ever even have that many. So, thanks, guys. I know a lot of you are on there for my Twitter giveaways, but anyway, it's still cool. And also, I have a lot of interactions on Discord as well with a lot of great people. So, anyway, I thought this would be as good a time as any to explain a bit about myself for a bit, and then I'll go into the questions that people have given me. Which I say are a lot more than I was expecting. So, I'll also say here that this video is really more of a podcast style piece, meaning I have nothing to show you here except this fancy mug of my avatar. So anyway, here we go. So again, first I'll explain a bit about myself, and then I'll go into the questions that people wanted to ask me. So who am I? I am Baron Dipidus. Baron Dipidus. I'm not an actual Baron, though. Not at all. I do not have the actual title of Baron. I do claim a few titles of my own, though, which I think are actually better than being a Baron. So I am a Latter-day Saint, a married family man, a graduate student, a librarian, a copy editor, a Brawlhalla partner, really exciting, and a dungeon master. So what do I do? Outside the internet, I am a librarian by profession. I am also a dungeon master for friends and family several times a week. I spend a lot of time doing that. But online, within the internet, I think I'm best known for my lore wikis. So, which is proof that I can put my librarian experience and skills to good use. I'm maintaining 3 lore sites right now. The biggest one, and the most well-known one as well, is my Brawlhalla lore wiki, which is titled Brawlhalla Lore and Context. My work on this site led to an invitation to be an official Brawlhalla partner, and I am so thrilled to be able to fulfill such a unique niche in such a large and exciting and energetic community. I manage 2 other wikis for game franchises with admittedly smaller audiences, but that doesn't make the games any less fun or great in my eyes. I'm talking about games made by Apps Incorporated, as well as the now out-of-print Pirates Constructible Strategy game. Both of these franchises have relatively small fan bases, but the lore of these games is no less complex or fascinating to me. I make and maintain these wikis because I want to see and understand the connections behind these thrilling stories, and I hope the way that I research, organize, and present them on my wiki sites help other people as well. Links to all of my lore wikis can be found in one place, on another site of mine, my 4th site, called Baron's Blog of Barons. Since I manage several sites, I thought it would be good to have one single location to be able to find all of them. So I am a moderator for 2 Discord servers, the Apsur Discord and the Brawlhalla Lore Discord, which is also known as the Valhallan Lore Book Club. Links to my site, Baron's Blog of Barons, and the Discord servers will be in the description below. Sometimes I get a random idea for something, and I post it here on YouTube or on Instagram just for fun, I guess. One thing I do like to do on YouTube, though, if and when I ever get the time, is play through my big library of games on Steam and elsewhere that I haven't played yet. So on this channel anyway, you'll most likely see a bunch of Let's Plays of the old games I got, like the past few years or something, because why not? I think it's fun, you know. But, I mean, that's not the main thing I do, but when I find the time, there you go. So, when do I do stuff online? Whenever I can, really. I hang out on Discord a lot, but I also, often hang out on Twitter. I post a Brawlhalla lore fact every Wednesday at noon Eastern Time in America, and I do giveaways on Fridays at the same time in the form of lore quizzes. Giveaways specific to Brawlhalla, by the way. So if you want a Brawlhalla code from me, whether for community colors or otherwise, you have to earn it by proving your knowledge or your research skills, and you need to be fast as well. These things take time to practice, and I love seeing people learn new things as they participate in my weekly giveaways. So, but yeah, I look forward to my next one on Friday at, the same time, noon Eastern Time in America. Where am I? Well, Discord and Twitter mostly. Occasionally, like I said, I'll have a fun little idea that I'll post on Instagram or YouTube. No, I'm not telling you exactly where I am right now, but I will say I live in the western half of the US for whatever that's worth. Why do I do what I do? Because it's fun, and I can make a difference. There are many, many games out there that I love, and many lore and stories that I love, but I prefer to spend my time and energy in places that I think I can make a true difference. For example, I could do a bunch of lore research into, say, a huge AAA franchise. That was my wife walking around in the apartment. I could do a bunch of lore research into, say, a huge AAA franchise like Mario or Zelda or something, but there seem to be plenty of other people, big names even, who do that already. At the end of the day, I just like to do things that make me and other people happy. And isn't that what we all want in life, anyway? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, how do I do what I do? Put simply, I do the best I can with the time and resources I have. And I think that's all anyone can ever ask for, really. But yeah, my goals with like my lore wiki and the things I do online, I don't have like, I never aim to be big or anything on YouTube or on Twitter or whatever. I just found some communities that I really enjoy and that I really enjoy engaging with and everything. So that's enough me yammering away of trying to explain what about me and whatever. Let's get to the questions because, Nelly, there are a lot of them. Now, a lot of people did submit questions, it is true, but more than half of them were submitted by one person as a joke, and we'll get there. So, anyway, here we go. So, by the way, all these questions were submitted to me through people on Twitter as well as people on Discord. And so shout out to those of you who gave me questions. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And then if I didn't answer well enough or you want clarification, then you can go in the comments. And I'm happy to respond in there as well. And I like hanging out with fun people in communities that I like, so that I'm part of. Anyway, here we go. At Jose Nettoini, sorry if I butchered that, aka Venom on Twitter asked, did you do giveaways before being a Brawlhalla partner? Well, kind of. Whenever I did have an extra community color code, which I got community colors a while ago already, so whenever I got an extra code, I would give it away. And actually started this past, I think, September or maybe August, when BMG, Blue Mammoth Games, the developers of Brawlhalla, they were doing some lore quiz. They were doing lore quiz questions, but the quiz questions were so easy. And I had never done one of these things before, but I was telling them on Twitter, hey, BMG, maybe you should make these a lot harder. These are so easy. And one of the devs contacted me directly and said, hey, here's 5 community color codes for you to give away in your own lore quiz. And by golly, I came up with much tougher questions and gave those away through that. I think only a few weeks later was when Brawlhalla reached out to me and asked me to be an official partner. And that's when I started getting codes consistently from them, and that's when I am now able to do the giveaways I do now. So I kind of did like a little mini giveaway because Brawlhalla just said, hey, you know what? Here's some community color codes. Do your own lore quiz. Clearly, we can't be tough enough for you or something. But yeah. A friend on Discord. So by the way, a lot of these are going to be just people like some Brawlhalla people, some Apser people, Brawlhalla fans, Apser fans, that kind of thing. So another fellow Brawlhalla lore nerd, Fariel from the Discord server, asked if you could be any legend in Brawlhalla, who would you pick? Well, I'm a Scarlet main. I main Scarlet, the steampunk hammer lance legend. I think she's really cool. I always love steampunk. If I could be any legend, honestly, I think Scarlet really is pretty cool. Yeah, she has really cool inventions. She comes from a cool place, and I mean, she got into the Royal Society pretty young, as far as I can tell. So, you know what? Yeah, I'll say Scarlet. There are several other legends that it would be cool to be. Oh, Lin Fei is another one. Being a librarian, I love seeing references to libraries and learning. Lin Fei is a teacher from China, and she found like this lost library or something from like the Seventh Empire, I think, whatever, off the top of my head. So that's another one I think would be really cool. All right, so this is someone from the Appster Discord. Cyanide Potion, aka Uni for short, asked me 3 questions. So, which image did you take from for your profile picture? Very good question. Let me try to. So I got it from Wikipedia. A while ago, I used to use another image that was copyrighted and whatever. I thought it was cool, but I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to be using an image, I should be using one that's not copyrighted. So I went on Wikipedia and I found one in the public domain that would fit the Barendipitous name, and I came across the image of William Waldegrave, the first Baron Radstock. So yeah, so if you Google or search in Wikipedia Baron Radstock, the first Baron Radstock, William Waldegrave, that's the portrait that you see with me. So I don't know much about the guy. Like I kind of looked at his Wikipedia pages and stuff, and his Wikipedia page. I mean, he did some things. He was in the British Navy and that sort of thing. But I think I should really make an entry for him in my blog of barons, so that I will be more familiar with this man who I've kind of been using as portrait for my profile picture. So yeah, again, William Waldegrave, first Baron Radstock. That's the profile picture. Second of his Uni's 3 questions. What's your hobby? Also at King Gradia M, aka Simon, asked this as well. So my hobby, I like research. Obviously, I like research and writing. But my biggest hobbies probably have to be games, really. So video games, especially Nintendo games. Dungeons and Dragons, definitely. I love being a dungeon master. And then board games, especially longer board games like Betrayal at House on the Hill. Let's see, I actually like Monopoly. And things like that. I also do love music. I've composed music before in the past. I'm not a professional or anything. I didn't get professional training for it or whatever. But my main hobbies now revolve around just games in general. So, and I am very fortunate to be married to a wonderful woman who also loves games, video games, Dungeons and Dragons, and board games. So I count myself very blessed for that. Okay, if there are some good parts from the past, is their third question. What's your favorite era in history? Very good question. I said before, I like steampunk. So that sort of Victorian era of the 19th century, like the late 1800s, I always think has been really cool. Kind of that age of industrialization and innovation and that sort of thing. Honestly, just about any era in history is really cool. I also love the American Revolution as well. That whole time period. Hamilton, the musical, certainly helped with that. But I always loved it. I even ran a Dungeons and Dragons campaign focused on the American Revolution, or an alternative timeline for that. So, anyway, next question. This is by. This next question was asked by 2 people. One on the Brawlhalla Lore Discord, All-Star, and then another on Twitter, at XXI'mDeadInside1, also known as Angry Welshman. They both asked, what made you interested in the Brawlhalla lore? Why are you so interested in the Brawlhalla lore? Very good question. I've been asked this a few times by several people. So I came across Brawlhalla just on Steam, browsing free-to-play games, and I came across that, and I'm like, hey, I like Smash Brothers. This one looks like a lot of fun. And I love it. I loved it. It's just so much fun to play. It was so addicting to me. And then, I'm not a great player, honestly. I don't play as often as probably a lot of other people do. But then I saw the Meet the Legends section. And as I was reading through each Meet the Legends page, I saw names and places pop up in different areas, and I'm like, wow, this is like this lore is really connected. Like obviously these are people from different places, but there's so many connections to them. And also like how did BMG come up with this stuff? Like they must have done a fair amount of like historical and mythological research, right? And so I thought, you know what? There should be a wiki about this. There should be a website that has all of the lore in one place, a place where any lore nerds like me, because I couldn't possibly be the only one, right? And the Discord server for Brawlhalla lore proves that. I can't be the only one thinking about this, right? So I started doing research on every aspect of the lore I could, and here I am. I'm just a big Brawlhalla lore nerd. So there you go. Another question from Captain Moneybags in the Brawlhalla Discord server: is Mrs. Dipidus on the market with the eyes emoji? I did ask for clarification on this. I'm just like, wait, are you talking about like my wife, or are you talking about the title of Mrs. Dipidus? And Captain Moneybags clarified, my wife, Mrs. Dipidus. Is Mrs. Dipidus on the market? No. Mrs. Dipidus is mine. She actually goes by Blaze online. So yeah, she doesn't go like... I mean, I asked her if she wanted to go by Baroness or something like that, but no, she calls herself Blaze online. So yeah, no, she's mine. She's wonderful. I'm sorry. You can be her friend, I guess, if you want, but she and I, we're like this. You don't see me, but I've got like 2 fingers twisted together. Like, anyway. Next, another Twitter question from at Shion Mason. What are your favorite musical genres? Who are your favorite artists? So, a couple things come to mind. First of all, so the piano guys come to mind. These are classical musicians who do mashups of classical music and pop songs. So the piano guys, that's their name. They make amazing videos and covers. I love them a lot. I also like music kind of like Coldplay. There's another group called Vitamin String Quartet, a string quartet that does pop song covers, really cool. I also like minimalistic music. Music by Steve Reich, Philip Glass, and there was Terry Riley. It's a little on the slightly on the weird side, but I like some of it. I like using it to kind of study in the background and stuff, and I appreciate the things that they were trying to do with their music. I was a music minor in college, so I tend to like more sort of like classical music kind of things, but there are some pop songs like Imagine Dragons. I love that band. Like I said, Coldplay is pretty cool too, I think. So there you go. Also, film and video game scores. I love that stuff. John Williams, man, Koji Kondo, heroes. Those people made me want to, like, hearing their music in so many places made me want to be a music composer, but that didn't pan out. But I'm happy as a librarian and a lore nerd. So, Ad Yatua, Yattua, asked me, what made you start your blog? I think I explained this a little bit already. I got so interested in the Brawlhalla lore that, I just wanted to, I didn't see one, and I thought, what? I can do that. I can make one. And so I did. Same thing with the Apser lore wiki as well as the Pirates Constructible Strategy Game wiki. I'm just like, I don't see one out there. I can make one. I can do it. I love researching stuff, if I love what I research and that kind of thing. So there you go. A couple of questions from someone on Twitter named at Pat Hyena. So the first question that I will answer is, will you do more than 3 winners whenever you do those quiz things? I don't know. I've thought about mixing things up a bit. Those giveaways go by so fast. Like within 5 minutes, people come up with the answers and everything, and so I have to be like on alert to see, okay, this person posted this like 2 seconds before this person and that kind of thing. That's not really something I can help. But also there are I can ask for codes when I want as a Brawlhalla partner, but I also don't want to use up so many so fast. So I might go up to 5. I don't know. I like the format I have so far. I'll think about it. Pat Hyena also asked, and how are you? You know what? At Pat Hyena, I'm doing great. I am, I don't always have great days. No one has perfect lives or perfect years or whatever or perfect weeks. But in general, I sincerely mean it when I say I'm doing really well. I'm very happy with where my life is and everything. This is a friend from the Appster Discord server, Spire of Bone, as well as someone else named Maria. Maria Bucarina. Bucarina, I think Maria. Whatever. How did you learn about Appster? So Appster, an indie game developer from the Philippines, mostly, if not almost entirely, run by one Darius Guerrero. He likes to call himself Legendarius. He's pretty cool. How did I learn about it? I saw the Appster games on the Google Play Store, and I always told myself I never liked horror games really, but honestly, how they kind of get everybody. Curiosity got the better of me. I kept seeing these games pop up, and I tried them, and I was really impressed by them. So I looked up the other Appster games, and I tried all of those, and I was like, wow, there's a really complex narrative that's being spun here. I wonder if there's a wiki here. Then, like having a sort of wiki for Appster would help sort things out, and there wasn't. So again, I saw a need, I fill a need, just like the movie Robots, right? Here's a question from Sonic Castle. What's your favorite dance move, and why is it Smug Dancing in TTG's Ravens intro dance of Season 1? Sorry, the Smug Dancing, that's an inside joke between Sonic Castle and I. Sonic Castle, there was a time, maybe Sonic Castle still is in this phase of just posting Appster memes with Hat Kid Smug Dancing. If you Google Hat Kid Smug Dancing, you'll probably find it. Hat Kid is a character from the video game A Hat in Time, and there's just this specific GIF or GIF, whatever, that of Hat Kid just doing this, having this smug look on their face and just doing this dance. I don't really have a favorite dance move. Your question assumes a lot, Sonic Castle. I'm going to ignore that. The underscore unvanquished from the Brawlhalla Discord says, what Brawlhalla legend would you say you are most like? Honestly, I think I'm probably most like either Scarlet or Lin Fei. Lin Fei, being a teacher, being one who, does a lot of, I don't know how much research Lin Fei does, but she's a teacher. So there's that, loves learning. And Scarlet has a book club in Valhalla. So I think that's really cool. So, you know what? For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to go with that. This video is going to be a bit on the long side, probably. We're almost done with some of these questions, and, well, you'll see. Another person from the Appster Discord said, named Benji, said, Baron, how are you so respectable? You give an air of modesty. Well, thank you. I think a lot of the quote-unquote air I give up or give away to... or I kind of exude to people. First of all, my name, Barendipitous, does sound fancy, and my avatar is a fancy portrait of William Waldegrave, 1st Baron Radstock. So I think that contributes a lot to kind of how people perceive me, I suppose. Sorry, I don't have a British accent. I could have a British accent, I suppose, if you wanted me to. If you wanted me to sound a bit more like what you possibly expect, I could do that, of course. But no, I have an American accent, I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint. I don't know. I guess I just try to be the best person I can, honestly. If someone compliments you by saying that you're humble or modest, there really isn't anything you can say to that, is there? Thank you. I'll take that compliment. I appreciate it. Another fellow Brawlhalla Discord server lore nerd, Brigadier General Ash, asked, what is the most interesting place in the lore, in your opinion? Well, a lot of things, of course, because there's so much in the lore. But I like the Feywild, honestly, because I'm convinced the Feywild is pretty much Yggdrasil, the world tree, the place that kind of connects everything else, really. So, and the fact that the Feywild so many legends have interacted with the Feywild, so much stuff happened in there. I'd let any story mode of Brawlhalla. I think the Feywild would almost have to be a prominent part of that because there's corruption going on. It connects different worlds and dimensions, things like that. It's practically the world tree. Lots of creatures and legends that come from there. Really cool. So Feywild. One of the Twitter parody accounts, and by parody account I mean like they're pretending to be a character from Brawlhalla, at Yellow Man Bad, also known as Commander Orion himself. Do you have an extra metadev me? So metadevs are special skins, cosmetic items for specific legends. There's a metadev Orion, and I'm sorry to disappoint you, Orion, Commander Orion, but I've never had a metadev ever. Like I've never gotten one. Never got one as a giveaway. BMG doesn't give. They've never given me metadev codes before. They might in the future. I don't know, but I've never had any metadev code ever. I don't have not in the past, not now. So I'm sorry to disappoint, but I don't have one. But maybe I'll get a metadev Asuri sometime in the near future. I don't know. But anyway. All right. Last question before this next final section here. At Baby Sheba BH, at Baby Sheba Brawlhalla, also known as Scene Queen 2007. This is from Twitter. They ask, what's your favorite animal and do you have any pets? I'm not really much of an animal or a pet person. I do not have any pets. Sorry to disappoint there. Used to have some goldfish as a kid. My brother used to have a hamster. I was never much of an animal person. I think sharks are kind of cool, but I guess I'm so much more invested in like fantasy and sci-fi that I don't have as much interest in like real world animals, I suppose. But yeah, there you go. Okay, I know that was a lot of questions. That was like some 20 odd questions or whatever, but when I was going around asking people to submit questions, so Sonic Castle is he's a friend from Germany. He's a fellow moderator in the Appster Discord server. He's the one who seems to like smug dancing, Hat Kid smug dancing. He gave me more than 70 questions, a whole list full of 70 questions. Oh boy. But thankfully, they're all pretty much very short and very easy to answer. And so, up to this point, I've just kind of been rambling a little bit. I didn't have like a full script. Like I had a script for the intro of this video, but during these questions, I haven't been. But for Sonic Castle's questions now, I've written down exactly what I'm going to say. So here we go. For some of these questions, like he messed with the numbering system of the questions. So if a number is relevant, I'll say it. But yeah, here we go. Let's just go right through these. Tea or coffee? I don't drink either of those, so neither tea nor coffee. Dogs or cats? Again, not a pet person, but cats. I like cats a bit better. What would you prefer to watch? Movies, series, which genre? I like action movies and quality animated movies, although The West Wing and The Mandalorian are excellent. Excellent TV shows. I love those. Did you consider writing a book / story, etc.? What would it be about? I once had this dream as a kid to write a book series. I even made my own world full of colorful action, tech, and magic or whatever. But now my wikis are kind of like my books, so to speak. Also, I love making stories as a dungeon master, like my Dungeons and Dragons characters and adventures and stuff. Those are kind of the stories I've written and whatever. And I like exploring the lore and stories of Appster and Brawlhalla and the Pirates constructible strategy game. So there you go. 5. Should video games be more about the story or about the gameplay to be more of your liking? So do I prefer story or gameplay? It's tough, but story, certainly, obviously. But bad gameplay can make it not worth the story, honestly. What Appster character do you like the most? What fiction character do you like the most? These are both very tough. For Appster, I'll say for now, Knightley. Knightley's adorable. Knightley is great. Overall, I'll say Link. Link is pretty awesome. If you got only one superpower, what would it be? Flight. What's your favorite food? Bacon. Are you awake at the evening/night or early in the morning? I'm more of a night person, but I'm never too late. I never want to stay up too late. Are you able to solve a Rubik's Cube? Yes. Why do you like smug dancing? Do I? No, seriously, why do you like it? I'll admit it has a certain memetic charm to it. What do you not like about the Appster series? What should be changed? Now, that's an interesting question. I never thought about this before. I think the text and graphics, especially in the visual novels that Appster makes, they aren't always polished or consistent, but, I mean, even so, they still accomplish a lot narratively with very little. So it's hard for me to find a lot to fault with Appster games, because they're indie games, and it's just a really good story and good gameplay, really. Would you like to move to another country? Which one? Not really. Despite its many flaws, I like America. If I had to move, I'll say England. Are you showering in the morning or in the evening? Why is evening the only right time? I shower in the mornings, and I disagree with your sentiments, Sonic Castle, but we can still be friends. Maybe. Will you be doing a face reveal? I'm not really sure yet if I want to reveal my face or not. I'm open to feedback on the idea, honestly. And why would our eyes burn seeing you? Well, because, contrary to popular belief, I am not a fancy British man with a decorated navy coat. The cognitive dissonance would probably be overwhelming. So, do you do fitness which sport activity do you do? I don't really do fitness or sports, but I am getting into Ring Fit Adventure, which is excellent on the Switch. Are you living in a city or a little town? A bit of both. Cute style animation or more realistic or something else? I'm partial to cute, but I like a bit of both. Breath of the Wild had an excellent balance. Do you have fears? Yes. How would you describe your taste of music? Personal. Will you answer every question or pick up the most interesting one? I'm doing my best to answer all of them because I think this is fun, and I am having fun. What do you use YouTube most for if you're watching it? Comedy, sketch, science channels, vlog channels, etc. So I use YouTube channel. I watch mostly entertaining stuff about video games and Dungeons and Dragons stuff on YouTube. Which prime number is missing in listing the questions to you in this Q&A? 13. Which is your favorite number? 17. Is mayonnaise an instrument? If you want it to be. Is Nico a cat? Why not? No, Google tells me Nico means smile in Japanese. Neko, N-E-K-O, and not N-I-K-O. N-E-K-O is the word for cat. Have you bought a Nico plush? No, I wouldn't want a smiley face as a plush, but I got a Taco Cat plush for Christmas, so there's that. Which number will this question have in your Q&A? For ease of listening, I'm not saying these numbers unless it's relevant to the question. For the folks at home, this one was labeled as number 30. Did you invent some questions to fill the video? No, trust me, I got plenty of questions to fill this video. A lot more than I thought I would, to be honest. Is this video sponsored? No. How do you plan on making your living with the earnings of your Q&A? I don't, because I will earn nothing from this video. What made you decide to make a Q&A? I've never really done one before, and I thought it would be fun. Are you, from now on, paying attention after the question about the missing number on the numbering of the questions? Kinda, yeah. Why am I asking so many questions? You tell me. How long will be the video? You tell me. Does the video have a script, or are you talking free, answering the questions blindly? Mostly scripted, so I don't ramble too much. Seriously, are you still answering the questions from me? Yes. When playing simulation games, are you trying to play well or mess around until you break everything? I usually play well until I get a devious idea. Why aren't you playing chess, the best game, very much? As cool as chess is, I find I like the idea of chess more than actually playing it. What is the answer to life? This being question number 42, you tell me. Question mark? Exclamation point. That was the question mark, and I say exclamation point. Put this sentence in your favorite number. I am obligated by this statement to say that this is question number 17. Are you tired of reading all the questions? Not really. What was your reaction when seeing the list of questions the first time? Shock, then a knuckle crack of determination. Let's do this. Will the Q&A have background music? I wasn't planning on it, but maybe. You tell me. Will you edit your profile picture as a background picture to your video? I certainly will. Are the Q&A, is it an acronym? Because you say each letter individually, it's more of an abbreviation than an acronym. Q and A. It's not QA or whatever. Is this the 50th question? No, this is the 49th question. Do you have siblings? Yes. Do you consider yourself a gamer? Yes. How are you balancing your relationships with Monica and your wife? I'm assuming Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club. Your question, Sonic Castle, assumes my wife is not actually named Monica, but the real question we should be asking is how Monica is balancing her relationship with millions of players. Huh? Ever think about that? What languages do you speak? Only English, I'm afraid. A slight amount of French, but not that much. Do you see a child running into the street where cars are driving very fast, but you have only some batteries left on your phone to play one game of Apsir. Which Apsir game will you play? I would speedrun Artificial Iridescence while shouting after the kid. It's funny because you don't have to look at your screen for that game. It's a visual novel. Put Moonlight Sonata first movement in the background. I'll consider it. You tell me if it happened. On second thought, Canon in D sounds better. I, too, am partial to Pachelbel's canon in D. We appear to both be men of culture. Are you easily touched in sad moments in movies, games, etc.? Sometimes. I don't cry easily, but I can get very invested in certain stories. If you could erase your memories of one game, movie, series, book, etc. to enjoy it again, which would it be? Breath of the Wild. Put this music away, it gets too sad. Wish granted. Do you have series, movies, or games you like but everyone hates? I like Pokemon Shield more than that very vocal minority on the internet that we often say is everyone. Electricity or oil? Context is required for that. Family or work? Family, always. What is the square of the number? So the number of this question is 64. The square of that is wait, I said 8. That's the square root. Frick. Dang it. What is the square root of... what's the square of 64? Give me a second. 64 times 4,096. What would be the second favorite to the question with the number of the square? So I assume you mean the square root, which is 8. Question number 8 was my favorite food. My second favorite food is Navajo tacos. Those are delicious, especially if made well. Some jokes and questions here only work with the numbers attached to them. Why can't you let me keep my numbers? Because, Sonic Castle, this is my Q&A. Could you correct the number? It appears you'll try to do that without my help. Many thanks. So they did like 67 twice. But I said, so many thanks. My response, using 67 twice did not fix your number problem because you still skipped number 66. Do you have a beard? How often do you shave it? No, I do not have a beard. I shave my face daily because I do not like having hair on my face. You know, beards and mustaches, whatever, they look good on some people, but on me, I don't like having it on my face. For question number 69, it said, don't say nice. Well, Sonic Castle, I didn't want to say it, but your question forced my tongue. Please, don't do it. Too late. I'll give you a candy for it. German chocolates are tempting, but see previous answer. You said it, didn't you? Only because you made me, Sonic Castle. Kind of a catch-22 situation going on here, isn't it? 73 is a prime number, 37 is the mirror and a prime number too. 73 is the 21st prime number, and 37 is the 12th. And guess what? 21 is a product of 3 and 7, both prime numbers. It's considered the Chuck Norris of numbers. Is 73 your favorite number now? It is now my second favorite number behind 17. What would be the most memorable thing? What would be the most memorable thing be in your life? Right now, I'll say my courtship and marriage to my wonderful wife. That's probably the most memorable thing in my life right now. No, I do not care how sappy that is. Deal with it. And final question. Librarian? Why aren't you a doctor? Because, my friend, medical things make me queasy. Trust me, no one would want me as a doctor. I think my lore wikis can attest to the fact that everyone would rather have me as a librarian than as a doctor. Oh, man, I did not even take a break for all those questions. That's a lot. That's a lot of questions, and this is probably going to be a rather lengthy video, but you know what? I had fun. I hope you have fun listening to me answering the questions from all of you guys. It's just really cool to meet a lot of really cool people from different communities. The Brawlhalla community is, very exciting and very large, and it's really cool to be able to see lore in Brawlhalla come to the forefront. The Apsir community, as small as it is, I've met a lot of really great people, and I've even interacted with Darius Guerrero. He's a pretty cool guy, and it's so great to see and play his work. And the Pirates constructible strategy game, there's still a few people who play it, and I like the pirate ships that I have, and I think the flavor text of that game is great. So, but I mean, most of the people that I interact with are, Brawlhalla or Apsir fans. So, but yeah, that's me. If I do another Q&A video, it might be a while, unless people have questions or whatever. But yeah, feel free to go in the comments and chat some more if you wish. But yeah, my mouth is kind of dry. I need to drink some water and eat something. So until next time, all the best.